Today we would like to discuss about how to call the sequence file. So in the beginning I just create a new sequence. So this is my sequence file 3 is I just delete my existing one without saving, and this is my new sequence file. And as I said before, we have a setup menu that we can initialize function there. So just for I label initialize, and then the message, the main menu, we can see the test sequence, what are the test sequence we are running around. Then the test sequence can be updated here, and the cleanup, if you want to turn it off any functionality. I just like a odd message pop up to get better understanding, and we will go in deep in coming sections. This like a cleanup or switch off or turn it off all these sections, all the equipments. For example, is a oil rig or the temperature module or any pressure system or the compressor or anything. Just like we can turn it off to make a command over there. And how we can call or add sequences over here, it's like insert sequence, and I just say this is my first subsequence, and as I can be insert that ones. Like in my subsequence I just create, okay, this is my subsequence, and or maybe I can just give a command here that okay, what message I can type here, that okay, this is my subsequence. Then then we saw that one, how we can call the subsequence to the main function. This is my main sequence, and I just like a sequence call. Then here is like a use a current file and to use the subsequence. So now we are inside that subsequence, like getting, and always think this star means we are not save this file. For example, if I want to save this, I would say okay, I save this file into a particular place. Okay, then when I save, it's like not coming. So always make sure that save the file in the corresponding positions. So now I just like want to say how we can create the variables in here. For example, the variable local variable means is only applicable for here. So I just create a local variable insert number. Then I just create like my measurement a, and a is and the value is calling 3. And the second one is like I insert a string over here, and the string is I would say string is my name of the system, and what is the name is I would say temperature. So this a value is 3, and the name temperature is only applicable for this sequence, and you can see the star because it's not saved. So I control save, then it will disappear. Parameters, even I can just like, there are a lot of options, number, string, boolean. I just like start a boolean here that temperature exceed. So temperature, so we have to put we can't put the hyphen, so temperature exceed is true. And then other one is we can say create a container. If you have practice in the container, that's equivalent to the cluster in LabVIEW. And the container, I just say temperature values, temperature, and if you just like enlarge this, you can add number for T1 is equal to 12, and maybe one more number, temperature T2 is 100. So this is the way we are typing the creating the variables in the test stand on the particular sequence. And if you are going to sequence, I just want to call some of this variable here. For instead of this, I would say my temperature or my total temperature is even we can say the backslash n for getting a S line even you have to add addition in all the places. Addition and addition. Then we can call the numbers. When we are calling all this functionality here, we can only call as a string. So when you are calling parameters, that we just like call as string, then we say parameters dot, then we will get like temperature exceed and the temp. So in the temp, if you put again dot, then you can see T1 or T2, then you will display that one here. Then if you put again plus, and if you want local dot a, because local dot a is no, local dot a also string, so I'm just going for a local dot name. Then we can just like pretty easy there. So this is the functionality. Then in order to change the background or the font or everything, font we can change over here, maybe 12, and background settings I can set here, maybe I just go for this color. Yeah, then just like, even though we can instead of typing, we can just like gradually select directly from the list if you go to the expression, and here we check the errors. If it's a no error, for example, if I just like delete this one, so now I know that there is a missing, so it says the it's unexpected token and we have to be correct. So that's the way we know that whether the system is working properly or not. So how it's called, it's just a run state test socket my index and the total temperature. Okay, we don't need all of these things, so it's like we just say total temperature is T1 and the local dot name. It's just like for our better understanding, so we get total temperature, and the next line we get parameters name, like parameter temperature 1 means 12, and the local dot name is temperature 12 temperature, or we can even say it's a degree Celsius, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna save this file and going to run. What going to happen is getting some error, so quickly we pop up what are the error here. So we have to define that parameters in the subsequent. So you can, here you can see that we have to assign that value. So for that temperature exceed is a boolean, so we have to find the temperature exceed file here, local parameters, it's a boolean, it's like a temperature. Okay, what we have to do that it is only in the subsequent we define that one. So when we, because the system is calling this temperature exceed and this file to the main, so because local we don't need to update, because parameters is going to send this file to the main sequence. So when I come to the main sequence, this is my main sequence, so I just copy and paste that one. Even though we don't need to put any value, we can even put, we don't need to assign the value because it's automatically called from the subsequent. So, and when we looking into like that, now we can see that f of x, and in the parameters is a temperature exceed, and that's a boolean, and we correct it. And second one is temperature, and it is a container, and parameters, and this is temperature. Container means a cluster containing many things inside. So if it is from the subsequent to the sequence, it will be the by reference, and the sequence to main sequence to the subsequence is called value coming here. It says value instead of by reference. Then now I can run. I'm going to save, yeah, of course. So this is the way it is running. So this is just any values. So your message is here, that's T, and then goes to the subsequence. Then subsequence, so you remember that like our function was total temperature. Let me open that. Our function was T total temperature. That means yeah, it's like something a spelling mistake, and it goes to the backslash n. Then string parameter dot temperature dot T1. What's a parameter dot temperature dot T1? Parameter dot temp dot T1 is 12. But in the thing is like it's not called fully to the main sequence. That's why the 0 and then is saying temperature. So it's not updated to the main sequence yet, and your message is here, and the test sequence passed. So basically this is the way we can call the functionality to there and here. That's the way to do it. And now we get the report passed, done, passed, like then we just get this report. Even we can export this one to the many places. So when we come back to here, so this is the way to create the variables and call that values to that to the many places. So how we can call this variable to the multiple places and everything we will discuss in the coming section. Thank you.